You should play a cleric trying to establish a republic on the Dardens. Mutin's character is all about freedom. Is Kobe going to let you start the campaign with a ship and a crew, or will you need to acquire them ourselves? No. So, let me tell you about my character's backstory, and then I'll take you to the point, I believe, of the start of the campaign. So, I don't know his name yet. Maybe we can come up with a name. But, so our story begins. Perhaps in some town in Eridon. Right, okay. So, our character is in the Eridonian army. He's a sailor, okay, on a ship. The Eridonian army. And life is pretty boring, you know? He just sails around, doing things. Eridon's all strong and powerful, nothing to worry about. He is on leave in Weatherlight. His entire ship is docked in Weatherlight, and there's nothing crazy going on. However, that's when a certain wizard opens up or leaves open a portal to the Shadow Realm. And a shitload of demons come in and completely destroy Eridon, and the centralized power structure of Stromheim falls apart. And we find ourselves in Weatherlight with a ship no longer loyal to the Eridonian Queen, and it's kind of a free-for-all in the entire city. People are grasping at power, you know, the strongest are surviving, those who are like charismatic and intelligent enough to command others are the ones taking positions of power. And our guy, who is hopefully stat rolls willing, relatively charismatic, intelligent, quick-witted, finds himself with a few members of his crew who are relatively loyal to him and willing to sort of follow him around. And he starts getting involved in various shady dealings in Weatherlight. You know, he maybe robs a few people, cons a few people, steals a few things, you know, things of this nature. And there's already pirates around this area here. So he's had some run-ins with pirates, maybe done some work with them. Yeah, there will be a stream session 0 on the 11th of May, Almonaval, Tuesday. So he's a former sailor living the life of a rogue slash thief sort of slash con man in Weatherlight. And he does some business in Redport as well. Every now and again, he'll sail down to Redport, maybe going as far as to rob some supplies that are being brought in from Solemn, you know, making some deals with various other criminals that are based in Redport. And on his trips down to Redport recently, he's noticed there being a large swathe of refugees at the docks in Redport looking to flee Arcadia. Things are going to shit over here. Scoria is on the move. There's demons everywhere. People are saying, fuck this. Let's leave. Let's go to Solemn. And he realizes that ship captains down in Redport are making a lot of money by selling passage to rich people to Solemn. As well as that, the newly crowned King of Wake County, headed up in Clydesdale. So since Stromheim lost power and control over the whole of Eridon, the Wake County, which is this little peninsula here, has sort of like put itself off and called itself its own kingdom, and the previous count here is now calling himself a king. In order to celebrate his ascension and increase his command of the seas around Wake County, is building a new state-of-the-art warship somewhere on this coastline. He's building this ship, he's building it, and everyone knows about it. He's not being quiet about it, he's talking about it. This ship is going to be, you know, the pride of their navy. It's going to be the best ship that exists in all of the lands, etc., etc. Now, the details of this are not yet worked out, and may be explored in sort of a prequel like we did for Frozen Frontier. But my character learns that on the night that the ship is finished, there's to be a party, and all the people building it are off celebrating, and the crew to man the ship aren't coming until the next day. So, the night of the party, the ship is unattended. Now, obviously, a ship like this can't be stolen, because the King of Wake County will just get it back straight away, right? There'll be men looking for him everywhere. However, he does know there's a shitload of people in Redport looking for passage to Solemn. So what if we were to just steal this ship, go to Redport, pick up a load of people, and just fucking sail off to Solemn? Wake County will never find us there. We get to Solemn, we sell the ship, we'll be rich, living life on easy mode. So that's what we do. We sneak in, we steal the ship, we sail to Redport, we pick up a load of these refugees, which will include Mutan's character, the wizard, and Potato McWhiskey's cleric. And then we sail off from Redport to Solon. However, unfortunately for us, along the way, we run into a storm, and the mighty ship that I have successfully stolen gets destroyed in the storm, and we find ourselves, I think, stranded on these random islands over here. The ship's destroyed, all of our gear and money lost in a foreign land where we've got no connections, and unfortunately, despite raising ourselves from a humble sailor to the captain of a mighty vessel, we now are starting afresh in a new land with whatever companions have survived the shipwreck. Yeah, they'll speak a version of Eridonian. It does sound cool, doesn't it? I sort of like brainstormed it with Neil last night. We worked out the details. It's gonna be sick. I think that's a great backstory. So my character's kind of gonna be like, you know, probably low strength, high dex, relatively high int and charisma. Sort of your typical, like, on-man slash rogue. Like, when I say rogue, I don't mean like a D&D rogue. I mean like a traditional rogue, you know, like someone who is witty, charismatic, likable, sort of lives on the other side of the law, that kind of thing. The ship's crashed and destroyed, so we don't have a ship at the start of the campaign. Moon might have thought I was playing a cleric, but Potato McWhiskey wants to play cleric, so Neil asked if I'd play rogue or fighter rogue, and I said yeah. Happy to do so. Not really Jack Sparrow, because Jack Sparrow is a bit of a fucking weirdo. Like, I will be the captain, yeah. Because I'm going to be the one with experience of sailing, experience of pirating. I'm going to take these people and lead them on a merry goose chase. I'm basically going to bring them into the fold, make sure they're listening to me, and make sure that I can use them to regain my position of power and influence. Now, we'll get a ship. The first chapter of the campaign, I think, will be about getting a ship. It is going to be 2.0, yeah? No magic for me. That's alright. I had no magic on William and it worked out. Plus, I think playing the rogue skills, I think, will be more useful in a low magic setting. Are you four going to be the entire crew? Yeah, I think so. So what Neil was saying to me was that he's found that maritime campaigns kind of go off the rails once you get a big ship, because you've got like a crew of like 40 or 50 people that, like, having that many NPCs sort of under your command runs you into some problems, because at some point the players are going to want to use the crew to help win a battle. So now you've got a battle with like 50 crewmates, the 4 PCs, and like Neil's basically just running a battle between himself. Also, you've got the fact that these people are like living with you day to day. You spend a lot of time with them, but it's not really that interesting in the session to manage the relationships with this many different people. So often the crew will get ignored, neglected a little bit, or some of them will die and they'll sort of be replaced in a kind of hand-wavy fashion, so that it's not that interesting, and maybe it just doesn't work that well for the type of campaign that we want to run. So I think, I don't know, I hope this isn't spoilers. He was saying that we're maybe going to find some sort of magic item that allows us to run a ship without a crew, basically. What that is will remain to be seen, but I think it's going to like belong to the Empire that runs these islands, and the first chapter will be kind of us stealing it and getting a ship, and then we're going to be like wanted men in the Empire. Hoping that the campaign's going to be pretty serious, Cherry Poppins, yeah. I can't wait either. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited the fact that we've got like 2 new people coming in who are relatively big, like with relatively big communities. Going to bring a whole bunch of new people into the Neilverse. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This will give us another campaign to talk about on the stream. So now we'll have this hopefully on Tuesdays, Tomb of Scoria on Thursdays. So yeah. Who's going to be streaming it? I think the plan right now is for the 4 of us to stream it simultaneously. So that's probably not the best for me. Like, I was kind of hoping maybe we would like take turns, so that some weeks, like, all the people who are going to watch would have to come to this stream. But if that's not going to happen, hopefully just you guys come and watch on my stream, you know. What are his immediate goals? Well, I think upon washing up on shore, he's just going to be really fucking angry that he basically made it, right? He'd pulled off this massive heist. He'd stolen the king's ship. He was going to be rich. And it's just all gone to shit at the last minute. So I think he's going to be pissed off more than anything else at first. But he's a survivor, you know? He came from nothing. He worked his way up once before. He can do it again. I think his priority is just going to be to get a ship. Basically. Not be stranded. That's going to be immediate priorities anyway. Don't have spells, can't be too strong. Well, I feel like you'll see the fact that it's going to be a lot harder for them to get spells in this campaign, or for the wizard to get spells in this campaign than it is for Imric.